For Wheeling University Athletics, I'm Zach Ziegler. It's time for another edition of the Chris Richardson Show, currently joined by Wheeling University head men's basketball coach Chris Richardson. And Chris, you guys get the season started off with your first three games, two up at West Liberty and then your home opener last night. Over these first couple games, talk about what you've seen from your team and how you feel about it.
Well, we got a lot of work to do. That's the first thing I see. But, we're a group that comes in every day and puts that work in. And I think our ceiling with this team is really high in terms of being able to reach our best potential. And we've gotten better each and every game out, and that's encouraging. That's what you want to see. Still plenty to work on, a lot of things we got to clean up, but excited about being into the season now and being ready to see that progress game by game.
And last night, a big win for you guys, the first win of the year over to Uville. Talk about what that was like to get out on your home court and get that first win.
Yeah, it's great to be at home. It was a really productive opening weekend up at West Liberty, but there's no place like home, right? Just like they keep saying in The Wizard of Oz. So, it was great to be at home. Great energy in the McDonough Center last night. A lot of students that came out, a lot of community people that came out campus, and so it was a good crowd. We look forward to, continuing to build the McDonough Center into home court advantage. I know our players were excited. Not just playing at home, but debuting the new gray uniforms. And so it was a fun night, and we did a lot of good things. And like I said, we still got plenty of things to work on.
And you had a couple of standout performances during the week. We'll get to that here in a minute. But one thing I noticed, your team plays very well together chemistry-wise. Talk about that chemistry and how they're able to work together.
Yeah, that's been kind of the hallmark of this group so far from August all the way through now is just how together they are. And I said it last week. I mean, you see them with different teammates all the time, and that's a sign of good chemistry. Average teams and teams with average chemistry, you see them usually clicked up, and our group isn't like that. We've got one click, and it's 20 players strong. So, that's fun to see off the floor, and I think if you watch us play for just a little bit of time, you can see that on the floor. Now we got to get on the same page with some things offensively. We're turning the ball over too much, but we are passing the ball a lot. We are playing well together, and we've been able to have good balance so far. We've got different guys, that can have a big night for us, and so far this team has been able to feed the hot hand, and whoever's night it is, we keep getting them the ball, and everybody else kind of plays off of it. And so really excited about our chemistry, and I know that'll carry us through a lot of ups and downs this year.
And one of the guys who had a big weekend on that opening weekend, Marcus Johnson, coming in the transfer. Talk about his success and what you saw from him.
Yeah, obviously Marcus gives us a lot of size inside. He's 6'7", 240. But the best thing about him is his skill. And that's what I can't tell you how many people that saw him play this weekend up at West Liberty and even last night. They talk about Marcus's skill, and so that's great. But what makes it work for Marcus and what makes it work for our team is how unselfish he is. Sometimes he's almost a little bit not too unselfish, but he'll see things happen before guys cut and see it happen. He'll see guys that are open for passes before they know they're open. So as we continue to play together and Marcus continues to get used to the Mountain East Conference, I think he'll get better and better, and I think our team will get better. But what really stood out last night, Marcus had 28 against Cal, and I think he had, another good scoring game against Shepherd. But last night he scored, I think, 4 points, but he was our second highest plus-minus guy. So he's not a guy that if he's not scoring, it takes him out of the game. And, he's just going to find a way to continue to make an impact, whether it's rebounding. I thought he did a good job defensively last night. And, obviously he's a good passer as well. So excited about Marcus and what he can bring to our team.
Currently joined by Wheeling University head men's basketball coach Chris Richardson. And Chris, last night you had Brent Price step up in a big way, 22 points, 8 rebounds. He's kind of the fifth-year leader on this team. Talk about him and what he brings to the squad.
Yeah, he's a two-way player, He's one of our best defenders. He probably is our best defender, and he really has embraced that role for 3 years, Now we're asking him to do a little bit more offensively, and that doesn't necessarily mean score. Last night he needed to score for us, and he did. But he can make plays. He's a guy that can make plays. And just look at the final possession against Shepherd. Even though we didn't do exactly what I wanted to do, which is my fault. He had the ball, and he made a play. He made the right read and made the pass. And sometimes at the right reach for him to score, he can do that too. So Really good two-way player, and the best thing about Brent is just his energy. He's relentlessly positive, very energetic every day in practice, and he doesn't have up and down days. He's always very consistent with his energy, and our team kind of takes that on with him. So really excited about him having his 5th year with us here in Wheeling, his hometown, where he's won a lot of games and been a big part of the basketball community here for a long time. And we're just getting started with him.
And as you guys now get ready for your Mountain East Conference schedule, talk about what you're working on in this preseason and through your non-conference schedule that's going to prepare you for this tough Mountain East Conference.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds cliche. We just got to keep getting better. We got to take better care of the ball. We've thrown it around way too much. That's probably the biggest thing right now. And then we got to be more consistent on the defensive end. I thought the second half last night against the Uville was the best half of defense we've played in a long time, and we're always going to be a team that's multiple in our defensive alignments. We're going to man, we're going to zone, we're going to press, we're going to do a number of different things, and we got to be able to adjust to how the game's going and be effective at each of those things or whatever of those things the game requires to win. So we did that last night, especially in the second half. We just got to keep getting better, and as I said at the beginning, this group. The potential for it to reach its best is high, and so if we keep working, that's kind of been our theme. Just keep working. Good things will continue to happen, and we're excited about getting into Mountain East play this weekend.
And finally, guys, getting ready to take on Notre Dame College on Saturday for the opener. Talk a little bit about the matchup and what you guys are looking for out there.
Yeah, experienced team, extremely well coached team. Jaden Willis, one of the best players in our conference. Tylen Crawford. Is a really good player as well. And then they've got some other guys that have stepped up and made some big plays for him this year as well. I know they'll be ready to go. Coach Richmond has done a great job there. He's now in his 4th season. He's just continued to build it, and this is kind of the year, they've been building towards. And so we're going to have our hands full up in Notre Dame, up at Notre Dame in Cleveland on Saturday. But we'll be ready for the challenge and excited to see, what we can do the first time on the floor against a Mountain East team.
Thanks, Chris. Good luck in your conference opener. Can't wait to see you out there.
Thanks, Zach. Go Cards.
For Wheeling University Athletics, I'm Zach Ziegler.